Good morning all of you. In last lecture or last video we discussed about the different methods. We discussing about the different methods for comparison of that particular project. So in this next topic or this particular topic we discussing about the comparison of the different projects on the basis of the whatever that method we studied in the earlier topic. So here we consider one example. In this example, 3 projects are given. So in previous topic we discussing about the only one project, whether this project is economical or not economical. We discussing about that particular project. Now in this particular topic we discussing about the number of projects. Number of projects we compare on the same methods, and by using that methods we can conclude that these projects this particular one of the project is a best one according to their capacity, according to their investment, and according to their cost. So on basis of this we are comparing this particular project, and we are using different methods that we studied in the earlier topic for comparison purpose. So here in this example they given the 3 projects are given, and their investment is given, revenue, expenses, market value is given, and time period of lifespan is also given in this project. So if you observe in this particular lifespan of these different projects, this lifespan is a same one, 12 years. 12 years is lifespan or useful life for all the projects are given. So this is the case of equal interval of time. Or equal study period. Equal interval of time or equal study period. This is the case here. Many times this particular useful life of each project is a different one. In that case, that particular case is called as a unequal interval of time or unequal study period. So in this problem, lifespan is the same one, 12 years for each project. So this is a equal interval of time or study period is the same one for all projects. Now here, in this problem, they given particular investment, revenue, expenses, market value, and useful life, and also MRR value for that particular industry or particular company is given as 18%, and the period of lifespan is 12 years. Period of lifespan is 12 years. It is given. And investment budget is also given 4,50,000. 4,50,000 investment budget is given. And in that second asking quantity, if the investment of budget is a 4,15,000, which alternative should be selected? They asked for the from this particular projects. So we consider here different method present. Here we are discussing about the comparison by using present worth method. So in this present worth method, so we can write for the present worth method for project P1. We give name to that projects P1, P2, P3. So present worth for this P1, present worth for P2, present worth for P3 we calculated. This present worth, we compare this present worth for these different projects. So this present worth here it is represented like this. Present worth for P1 is equal to minus P, investment for this project P1, plus R minus E is nothing but the revenue. And as soon as we consider interest rate by using present worth method, this revenue, particular revenue term is multiplied with this interest rate factor by consideration present worth. We consider present worth P by A, percentage rate I, and for time span N. plus salvage value or market value. Salvage value, market value after some period of time n. After some period of time n and this factor, interest rate factor P by F percentage I and n is the lifespan. So we put that all the values for the project 1 as a investment of this project 1 is a 2,50,000. Investment for this project is a 2,50,000. That will written here. Revenue minus expenses. Revenue minus expenses 1,50,000. So revenue is a 2 lakh. Expenses are the 50,000. So revenue minus expenses comes as a 1,50,000. So difference between these two terms is a 1,50,000. That considered here. With interest rate 18%, MRR value is given as 18% for type span 12 years. So 12 year lifespan. That are put here. P by A is a factor. It is a uniform series present worth factor. Uniform series present worth factor we can consider called as a uniform series present worth factor. This is also, this P by F also present worth factor. It is a single payment present worth factor. So plus salvage value is 50,000. Salvage value, this market value is 50,000. So this will be considered as salvage value. Salvage value is 50,000 with interest at 18% and lifespan is 12 years. So we can simplify this. And we will get a value of 4,75,840. So for comparison, this present worth now becomes as a 4,75,840. Now similarly we calculate this present worth. We calculate present worth for the project second P2. For project second P2 again we can write as minus P plus R minus E into this present worth factor P by E. Again plus salvage value, again present worth factor P by F. So these are the P by A factor. P by F factor. Again we put these values. Investment is now for second project is a 4,50,000. So second project investment is a 4,50,000. Revenue minus expenses now for the second project is 1,25,000 minus 50,000. So for the second project, that particular difference is a 75,000. This present worth factor plus salvage value is 50,000. Or market value or salvage value 50,000 after 12 years. So put this value and simplify. You will get that answer is a 83,650. Now for project, similarly we calculate for the present worth for the third project. Present worth value for the third project. So for third project it is a minus P plus R minus E, P by A, and also here P by F, P by A with interest rate I for time period n, P by F with interest rate I for time period of n. So minus P. So here P3. So here this time here the capital investment is a 5,50,000. R minus E is now becomes as a 1,50,000 minus 75,000. So it becomes 75,000. And salvage value is a 1 lakh. So that put here salvage value 1 lakh, and this factor of present worth. So this value comes as a 1,76,790. So by comparison of this particular present worth values of project 1, project 2, project 3, we will find that present worth value of project 1 is greater than present worth value of project 2 compared to the present worth value of project 3. So here present worth value is larger one for the project 1 compared to the second and third. So project 1 is a desirable one. So alternative 1 should be desirable one, or cell should be selected. Alternative 1 should be selected. Now in second asking quantity, they ask which project is suitable when that budget is a 4,50,000. 4,50,000. If you look at this particular projects given, so for third project this investment is a 5,50,000. If budget is a 4,50,000, so you cannot consider this third project 5,50,000 for the comparison one. So as budget in the second case is a very low, so 4,50,000. So third project will be automatically, we ignore this third project, and comparison between these two projects we should compare these two projects. So present worth first and present worth second we should compare, and by comparison of present worth first and present worth second, we can know that present worth value for project 1 is a larger one than compared to the project worth value of the second project. So alternative 1 should be selected. So alternative 1 should be selected. So this is the comparison. This is the comparison of the project. This is the comparison of project on basis of the present worth method. On the basis of the present worth method. So in previous topic we conclude about we evaluate a particular project by using these same methods, and we conclude that this project is economical, not economical. But here we also these methods, and we now compare these particular values with the another projects, and from that project we have to choose the particular projects having a larger value for the present worth, annual worth, or future worth. So this is the first numerical. This is first numerical. Now we will shift toward the further topic. We should shift toward the further topic. Now here in this example, a R&D department of university is considered for this example, and project proposals, 3 project proposal they have to analyze, 3 project proposals they have to analyze, and all projects are mutually exclusive, and budget limit is a 80 lakh. Each project capital investment, annual operating costs are shown in the table, and MRR value is 15% per year. MRR value is 15% per year for this R&D department, and for the same analysis period. To determine which project should be adopted on the basis of the present worth method, confirm your selection using annual worth method and the future worth method. So they are asked to calculate that particular values, or you can evaluate that these projects on the basis of the present worth, future worth, and the annual worth. 3 methods. So we discussing about this present worth, annual worth, and future worth methods. So there are 3 projects, 3 alternatives are given. Projects, it means they are written as alternatives. Alternative 1, alternative 2, alternative 3. For these alternatives they given particular capital investment as a particular capital investment for project 1, 2, 3. Project life is given 8 years for each project. So it is a equal study period type example, equal study type period of example, or equal lifetime type of the example. 8-year lifespan is given for the each projects, which is equal to all projects. So equal study period of time example, it is example. Annual revenue is now given as a 4 lakh, 3,50,000 and 2,25,000. Annual expenses given as a 2,50,000, 2 lakh and 1,75,000. Market value is a 1,80,000, 60,000. It is given. So with these values or with this particular data, we have to evaluate these projects and we have to conclude that among these projects, particular project is a economical. So here given limit is 18 lakh. 18 lakh budget is available with the R&D department. MRR value is 15% and lifespan or study period is 8 years. Study period is 8 years. Now using present worth, we have to decide which project is the suitable one. Again we decide this which project is suitable one by using annual worth method, and again it confirm with the future worth method which project is a economical for this R&D department. So here we are discussing about the present worth method. Here we are discussing about this present worth method. So present worth method here, P1 for project over present worth value for the project P1. Project P1 is equal to minus P plus R minus E into this present worth factor plus average value into present worth factor. So in all these three methods, there are three factors. There are three factors we consider as a for calculation of the present worth, annual worth or future worth. That are the three factors we consider as a investment, revenue and salvage value. Investment, revenue and salvage value. And whether and according to the method, present worth, future worth or the annual worth, that particular factor with consideration of the interest rate that are introduced to these particular elements. That elements are the investment, revenue generated and the salvage value. Investment, revenue generated and salvage value. To these three factors, to these three elements, we add these particular factors of the present worth, future worth or annual worth. So if you look at this particular formulas, in this formula there are three elements. Present worth, there are three elements. Investment P, investment represented by P, revenue with consideration of expenses as a R minus E, and salvage value or market value SV. Three elements are there and we add these particular factors according to these methods, maybe present worth, future worth or annual worth. We add these factors. Now for present worth method is related to consideration of the present value. So they convert all the cash flows at the present values. So for P is nothing but the investment at the present case. Present time or present case. So for that present case, we should not apply that factor. So this P term remain as it is as a P. But another factors, revenue generated and for the salvage value or market value, we should convert the salvage value or revenue generated annually up to the present condition. So that's why we add some factor for the consideration of the interest rate and convert these particular values at the present situation. So minus P plus R minus E, and now this R minus E multiply with the factor, present worth factor. Again salvage value again multiply with this present worth factor. Now this revenue is considered annually. So uniform series present worth factor we multiply here, and salvage value is a single time amount. So we consider present worth for the single payment. This factor we should add here for the salvage value, and then we simplify this. By putting these values for this particular investment, revenue, expenses and the salvage value. So for project 1 this project 1, this particular investment project 1, this particular investment is a 7 lakh, is a 7 lakh. So 7 lakh is put here. R minus E is 1,50,000. R minus E, revenue minus expenses, 4 lakh minus 2,50,000. So it is becomes as a 1,50,000 into P by A factor. Again interest rate is nothing but the MIRR value. Time period is a lifespan of that particular project, 8 years. Again salvage value is a market value, is a 1 lakh here given here. So 1 lakh into, now this present worth factor for single payment, P by A, 15% interest rate and 8 year lifespan. So we calculate these particular factors, and these factors now comes as a 4.48 and 0.3269. Now we multiply with these factors and we will get rupees. We will get some value like this. So here some term is missing here, or some value is missing here. So by calculating this we will get this particular value. So and we compare these particular values. From this particular amount. So there is some mistake, calculation mistake here. For present worth value for project 1, this should be larger one compared to this third project value. It is a larger one. So here we write as a PW2 is greater than PW1. Also it is greater than PW3. So project 2 is preferred. From this present worth method, by using this present worth method from these three projects. Again we consider or we define by using this annual worth method. Again we calculating this annual worth value. Now these values are considered. Now here again there are three factors. Three elements. One is the investment, another is the revenue with consideration of expenses R minus E, and salvage value SV. Now with this again we simplify this by putting that particular investment for second project. Investment is this investment is a 7 lakh. For second project this investment is 7 lakh. No, for first project this investment is 7 lakh. For first project investment is 7 lakh. Revenue minus expenses is a 1,50,000. Salvage value is 1 lakh. With interest rate MIRR value 15%, 8 year lifespan. 15% interest rate, 8 year lifespan. And salvage value considered as a single payment, A by F. And now here this revenue minus expenses we obtain yearly, and this annual worth consideration is yearly. So here for this element we not added this particular factor. But all other two elements we add this factor, annual worth factor, because we convert all this to the annual consideration. So we add that particular factor here for P element and for the salvage element SV. And we simplify these factors, and that appears as a 0.2229, and this factor salvage value factor as a 0.0729. and that value comes as like this. For again similarly for second projects, again we repeat this procedure. For third project we repeat this procedure, and we can compare these particular values, and we will obtain that annual worth for second project is an larger one. So we prefer this project 2. So by whether you calculating by present worth or by annual worth or by using future worth, you will get that same result. Project 2 is preferred. There is some calculation mistake here, but if you calculate carefully, you will observe that annual worth second is greater than annual worth 1 is greater than the annual worth 3. So similarly, you can calculate for the future worth. Now again there are 3 elements: investment, revenue minus expenses, and the salvage value. Now as it is a future worth, so future worth consideration, the salvage value doesn't have any factor here. All remaining 2 elements are now considered with the factor. Now we put these values. And again we find out that project 2 is preferred by using future worth method. So by using these particular methods, we can conclude or we can find that which project is suitable one by using these different methods.